Okay, we're back for the third episode of Ambrose Plays Doki Doki Literature Club. Ambrose fucked up, and we're down one, I guess. She's now replaced with a collage of three of them. So, does Ambrose realize what happened? Or is this like a new
Uh,
game? And it's just like a new
I
world, and
I'm
it's
just
just
gonna
really fucked up.
I'm gonna straight up just tell you so you don't have 80 plus minutes of no talking. The main character that you play as doesn't really talk anymore in the rest of the game, cause yeah, so Ambrose won't be talking too much, so you may want to like do voices for the other characters.
I will just
Um,
make up my own dialogue.
oh, okay, yeah, that's good as well.
Because Ambrose is all improv, baby.
hmm But yes, I would say he is most definitely definitely aware. Um, yeah, it's very blatant. He is aware.
Alright.
um, I suggest clicking on the redacted text instead of load game because I don't know if you saw like how it started, how like the act started.
I'm scared. I'm scared, Michael.
I know
Humorous.
you saw a little bit it with the oh the wonky music always gets me. I think that's the thing that scares me the most. Is the like change in the music that's all wonky like that. Also, uh,
Einziehbar. Percent.
do you remember any of the dialogue from the very first act
Not. A,
about you
a
waiting
girl runs
outside for?
over.
Yes. Okay. So just keep that in mind, and let's move forward.
Oh, I see an annoying girl running towards me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might be drawing to herself. That girl is. Oh, thanks. That girl is.
Redacted.
My neighbor and good friend since we were children. That's quite the strange name. Okay, I need to go on to
that's
do not
that's an
disturb.
important. That's an important line. A lot of people that play it miss this like text box right there.
You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but
No, no, the one that's currently on
I
screen.
know, I just didn't read
Alright.
this. You know, the kind of friend you'd never seen yourself making today. But it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently. I would just get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswork and let redacted catch up to me.
Let's start that over again.
I'm I'm assuming that's part of the game and my computer didn't break.
Yes, that is part of the game. It's fine. No, it's just a glitch. Come on, let's just read this back over again. It's fine.
Oh, I've always walked to school alone. I always tell myself it's about time I meet some girls or something like that. But I have no motivation to join any clubs. Perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. There's always the anime club, but it's not like there would be any girls in it anyway. Clubs. I guess I will have no choice but to start with the anime club. Ambrose? Monica? Why? Ah, yeah, it has. We do know each other well. We rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me genuinely feels a little... What did you come over here for anyway? I guess you could check the closet. You're in the debate club, right? Really? You quit? In that case, what club did you decide to join? Literature? Sounds a bit dull. How many members do you have so far? Well, I can see that. Wait, really? Did Monica say she?
Wee woo, wee woo. Simp alert. Simp alert.
Ambrose's jaw drops to the floor. Tongue sticks out. Eyes bulge.
Awoo,
Awooga.
awooga.
Hmm. I mean, I guess so, but... Well, I guess I have no reason to refuse. Besides, how could I ever refuse someone like Monica? Awooga. Sure, I guess I could check it out. It's nothing, really. I'm more important than supplies, damn right. And thus today marks the day I sold my soul to Monica, and her irresistible smile.
Which is a contrast to the one that said for the cupcake
Yes,
that Natsuki gave.
I remember. I dejectedly follow Monica across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit. Monica, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Girl 1. Man, this club's a little small. I feel like I should invite someone else to take my place. All words escape me in this situation. This club, it's full of incredibly cute girls. Minus one.
Awooga.
What? Oh, I'm not. Shut up first, you student. Yuri, who appears comparable more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with someone like Natsuki. Ah, it's nice to meet both of you. girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. Yuri walks to the corner of the room and opens the closet. Meanwhile, Monica and Natsuki sit across from each other. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Monica. I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. Must be hard to start a new club. Different girls, all interested in the same subject. Monica must have really worked hard just to find these two. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. He carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot in the middle. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Ah, I guess. Insulted, Yuri looks away. I believe you. But tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but at least I enjoy tea. Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga. I muttered quietly to myself, half joking. Be quiet, first year. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. Ah, I read a horror book once. I thought you said I wouldn't talk very much.
Oh, trust me, you will slowly decline. You're doing good by reading like thought text though, because there'll be a lot of that.
Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Natsuki, you write your own poems. I think that's impressive. Why don't you show them sometime? Natsuki averts her gaze. I say this out loud, because I'm Ambrose.
Making everyone very uncomfortable. Like Yuri traces the teacup with her finger. She's like, "Are you okay?"
Gogos
Natsuki Natsuki averts her eyes.
Ambrose makes the party uncomfortable.
I am punching the guard.
I hope he doesn't suspect the massive amount of gold I've stolen in my pocket. I slip past him, hoping he does not notice me.
Stealth check with disadvantage. I do not have anything on me, I say as my pockets jingle.
Again, Drogo's lies to the party. Not a very confident writer yet. I guess it's the same for Yuri. We all sit in silence for a moment.
Except for me, because I am currently narrating the scene.
That's such a good idea for a D&D character. The
Monica.
narrator.
Monica, I don't think it was a good idea to invite him. he talks weird.
That's just all boys. Ambrose lies.
To sound cool to a girl.
Man, I'm really sounding weird in front of all these girls. I want them to think good of me so I can have a relationship with them.
That would be like the worst possible thing you can say.
Anyways, I have to go behind dimensional deals when the torches turn blue.
The Doki Doki. Our moment of silence here.
Hey, I just got an idea. How about this?
Nat. Her name is abbreviated Nat.
Nat and Yuri.
Nat.
You have this entire bar for who's talking, right?
You know, I feel like Natsuki would actually hate it if you like started calling her Nat all the time.
I think she hates everyone.
That's not entirely true.
She hates me well enough. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica. Hold on, there's still one problem. Now that we've reached the most important topic, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind this entire time. I never said I would join this club. Monica may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and, I lose my train of thought. All three girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. Eh? The girls exchange glances before Monica turns back to me. I am defenseless against these girls.
Natsuki kicks me in the chest.
Natsuki would kick you in the balls. You could
call
add that
you
to
a
quotes if you
dummy.
want.
what Natsuki would kick you in the balls?
Yeah.
Okay.
How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? My eyes are Doki Doki. I would feel terrible for letting everyone down in this situation. And besides, the club itself seems pretty relaxed. So writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girl's eyes light up. No. I'm kidding. I lied. I'm not joining your stupid literature club. It got my friend killed.
Credits roll.
Yeah. It could be fun, right? Ah, thanks, I guess.
Are you ready to write some poems?
Yes. I wonder what happens if you write a poem for Sayori.
Since she's gone, all of her words, like the 90% of all words, get split between Natsuki and Yuri.
Oh. So I can't write a poem for Monica.
Hmm. Oh, hello.
It's me.
Hello?
Oh, you're just in time for Ambrose to write his first poem of Act 2.
Epic.
Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me, Ambrose says aloud. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri cleans up the tea set. I guess I'll be on my way then. With that, I depart the club room and make my way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the three girls. Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in the literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright. I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances. I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight.
Would you like to read a special poem?
No.
Come on, read the special poem, Joe.
I'm scared. I don't want to.
You gotta.
You have to.
It's the special poem.
Uh-huh. It's a
Well-
special poem. It's I don't even know what it is. It's randomly generated.
Can
Oh, it's
you
that
hear
one.
me?
Wait, hold on, listen. Oh, it didn't play. That's sad. It did. There it is. Woo! Poem time!
Oh no.
Poem time!
That'd be so funny to do a. Could you imagine a Zogmar plays Doki Doki?
You get it right like you did in Act 1.
Yeah. Ambrose write a song that's meant for everyone.
Or you get a save like you usually do
Yeah.
on each of these days. Yeah.
Too bad I lost those saves. That sucks.
Word would Ambrose choose?
So, I don't know if I've talked about this with you, but Ambrose's thought process is he would make a song to impress one of the girls or everyone.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be something deep And, well, pretty shallow, but Ambrose would think it was deep and, like, grand.
Big words.
Yes. Childhood. Fireflies.
Hey, so Fireflies gets put to Natsuki. Good to know.
Journey.
It's a pretty great journey.
Contamination. So, childhood Firefly's journey. Raindrops. Sticky.
One of these things is not like the other.
I think that word goes to Yuri now. I'm not sure though. Because I know it was like an even split, and since all of Yuri's words are like the long, like thought out ones, I think suicide gets put to her word list.
If you could deafen me when you like talk about like which words go to who.
No, okay, yeah.
It starts to rain, it gets sticky, and then there's a rainbow. And then there's a party.
My rain party.
Yeah. And it's full of sensation.
And vertigo.
And then there's a treasure.
What's the treasure?
Lipstick.
Bester.
I think the treasure is death. Ambrose is writing a very deep poem to impress everyone. And there's lots of shame. Ambrose is ashamed of his manga collection. And he experiences pain.
What kind of manga would Ambrose read?
One Punch.
JoJo.
Yeah,
Understandable.
Nah, he'd read some cringy shit. You know what he would read? He'd read Doki Doki Literature. The manga.
I would read
kidding.
it.
I'm just kidding.
I would definitely read a manga based on DDLC. And you know, I bet somewhere out there someone has made like a full like series of Natsuki's manga series, Parfait Girls.
Boop.
I would not be surprised.
Extraordinary.
Doki Doki.
Doki Doki.
Explode!
Extraordinary.
Why is explode there? I don't understand.
Explode.
Explode. Universe explode.
Explode. Time.
Oh. Discombobulate. I so disoriented. I was like,
This must register on an emotional level. First, discombobulate.
then
Dodge while haymaker.
and discombobulate. I love the edit where he.
it's all discombobulate. Dodge while haymaker. Discombobulate. Zogmar is just discombobulate.
He is, yeah.
Desire.
What movie is that from?
That's Sherlock Holmes.
Sherlock Holmes.
Oh.
Discombobulate.
Discombobulate.
Yeah, I think I have to go with discombobulate. I'm writing it down as discombobulate instead of disorient.
Ooh. Inferno.
Ante.
Nature.
Tragedy.
Massacre.
My voice can't go that high.
Were you trying to make a Bee Gees
Bee
reference
Gees,
there?
yeah.
Yeah.
My voice cannot go that high.
Auto plays Doki
Tragedy!
Doki.
Oh no.
God knows so. It's tragedy. You were like the only other person that knows that song that I know. No one listens to the Bee Gees, but you and me.
Yeah.
I listen to the Bee Gees.
It seems that Sayori is dead. So sad.
Yes, it very much is.
Anyways.
Massacre.
Is it raining?
Oh no.
Tenacious.
Intellectual. Anime? What's that?
It's like one of my Japanese animes.
It's just like one of my Japanese animes.
I shall choose to end this poem
Do
as
you
a dream sequence.
Do you remember when Mr. Farmer said that joke?
What?
This is just like one of those Japanese animes. I don't even think he meant to.
Yeah,
He didn't even mean to quote.
that was
Metal
really
Gear.
funny. And then I shall end it about philosophy. So we had childhood firefly's journey, raindrops, sticky rainbow, sensation, treasure, death, shame, pain, extraordinary, explode time, discombobulate nature, tenacious dream philosophy.
Ambrose,
Oh, this
you've
this.
unlocked a special poem.
Okay, if
Would
you notice,
like to read it? Sorry.
okay, if you notice, this is one of those rare events that happens. The music is slowly speeding up by 1% every time it loops. Do you hear it going faster?
Oh no.
Like it's a higher pitch? Yeah.
It's also zooming in and out. I don't like
Oh, that's
it.
right! That's right. This is also the one where the screen will slowly skew by 1% to the left every, like,
I
go
hate
through. Yeah, if you actually look on the left side of the screen where that paper is on the board,
Yeah,
you can
yeah,
see
yeah,
it. Like,
yeah.
oh my gosh.
I hate it so much.
Can you read Monica as Zogmar?
Oh no.
Wonder, I don't remember, is there a cap to how much it zooms in?
No, if you keep on this screen, it like gets weird. Hi. Hold on. I gotta listen to myself. Continue, but I'll do it in a sec.
I think if you continue the text box from here, it will, like, seamlessly shift back to normal. God, it's... oh. It is so slight that you notice it, like, as it's going. It's actually, like, the 1% shift is actually getting so noticeable with the desks. And this isn't even the thing. I know, it's like, oh my god.
Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the Literature Club. I was the last to come in, so everybody else is already hanging out.
Oh my god, that always gets me.
And then, can you read Yuri humorous? It's in the humorous voice.
I could, but I'm gonna choose not to because some words I cannot say. Sorry, I will not be reading Yuri.
Oh.
Well, actually, I could read Yuri except for a few select lines. Thanks for keeping your promise, Ambrose.
We need everyone
Like,
here.
Can I be Natsuki, please?
Yeah,
I don't
sure.
want to be Yuri. Okay.
I'll read Yuri. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you.
I don't know, it's getting very dizzy. It's actually starting to make me lightheaded looking at this.
Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it.
I thought something just happened, but it didn't. So I was already on edge. No.
Welcome to day 2. Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. Natsuki with his deep southern voice. You already had to be dragged here by Monica. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Hey, Monica, thank you for going in front of the screen. I actually... I can't...
Who is talking?
It's Monica, Natsuki. That's certainly... You certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the storage room. I played this game enough to... me. Yes. I'll read the text that it just goes in front. Also, is it still shifting?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, I'm losing my mind.
Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga.
Manga is literature.
Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. I'm so sorry, Ambrose. We'll make sure to put your comfort first, okay? Yuri shoots Natsuki with a disappointed gaze.
A gun.
A gun. Anyway, now that you're in the club and all, perhaps you might have interest in picking up a book to read. Well, I can't really say no. What am I doing? This is not Ambrose at all. I can't really say no either way. Like you said, I'm in this club now, so it only feels right for me to do something like that if you ask. Wait, I didn't mean it like that. You don't really want to, then forget I said anything, I guess. Ah, no, it's not like that, Yuri. I want to try to be part of this club. So even if I don't read often, I'd be happy to pick up a book if you wanted me to. Are you sure? I just felt like, well, as vice president and all, that I should help you get started on something you may like. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book.
We really need a coalition dating sim made. So funny.
You got that.
You got that.
Something.
In my life, so give it to me, because you want that.
The exchange student is here. And Zogmar walks in.
He's only 15. Buffed like Zogmar.
Zogmar is like a JoJo character.
Don't cut my pants, bitch.
Please, screen, stop zooming. I can't take much more of this. I think it's zoomed in so much now that it will be jarring when it resets.
Yeah.
I didn't want you to feel left out. So I picked out a book I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted.
Why'd she levitate in the air?
It's because the screen is so zoomed in that her animation for changing sprites
The-
lapped over the top.
This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'd like, despite not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Also, imagine that Ambrose is saying everything in his head out loud. I enthusiastically take the book.
That's just a good idea for a character.
We're just talking about that before you joined.
Well, you could read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think.
No, there it is. Oh god, it's always so.
Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. That doesn't seem to be the case. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a bit more, but at the same time I would feel bad for distracting her from her reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. Looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Ah,
Every time the song plays.
crap. I think she noticed me
Oh,
looking at her.
This song.
She
It's
sneaks...
the one that Joe said is so unfitting.
She sneaks another glance at me, and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit, so That's the book that you
I'll
gave me,
die.
right?
Oh, is it slowly moving? It's slowly drifting to the left. Oh my god.
That's the book you gave me, right?
And it just keeps going.
Oh, I
Oh,
missed.
there it is.
I wanted to read some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious, how come you have 2 copies of the same book? Ah, well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday... that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. Ah, I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decide to let it go.
Or she has a very cool party trick with her eyes.
Wait. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's the story about, anyway? Well, I
Do you
look
remember
at the
what?
cover of my
Do you
book.
Do you remember how she described the book in the first chapter?
Yeah.
Okay. You're gonna get a little more info here now.
The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Is this a real book, or is this just made up?
This is a made-up book.
Oh. I was hoping it was real. Basically, it's about this religious camp that was turned into a human experiment prison, and the people trapped there have this trait that turns them into killing machines that lust for blood. But the facility keeps gets even worse, and they start selectively breeding people by cutting off their limbs and affixing them to... Oh, that might be a little bit of a spoiler. Anyway, I'm really into it. The book, I mean. Not the thing about limbs. That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story. That dark turn came from nowhere. Ah, are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Ambrose? No, it's not that. I mean, I could definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just this kind of story. It's the kind that challenges you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen not just because someone wants to be evil, but because the world is full of horrible people and we're all worthless anyway. Then suddenly... I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry.
That's
Hey!
fine, Yuri. You didn't mean to turn on your outline bold text to 20 font.
Hey, don't apologize. We all have sudden outbursts of boldness. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writings fill my thoughts, my whole body... What? I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange.
That was so paranoid.
Sorry if I become bold.
So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I don't really think you need to worry. But just be too passionate about the reading. The least I could do is listen. I wonder how this game was coded. Like,
Very carefully.
like,
You have no idea how much coding went into the effects that you've already seen so far. It's actually insane.
I want to know if, like, there's just, like, one story, and then they have, like, they swap out parts of the code. Or if it's, like...
I'll send you like the developer like commentating over everything after you're done with your playthrough.
Okay.
It's like he goes into depth on literally everything. It is so cool. But
The least
yeah.
I could do is listen. It's a literature club, after all. Well, that's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? Yes.
Oh, sorry, I deep fried myself for a second.
You ever just deep fry in real life?
I wish I could do that.
It's when you're like, you know those moments when you're trying to think of what to say, but it just doesn't come right away. So you're sitting there like you're mid sentence, and you just stop thinking. It's that you just deep fry.
I mean, you don't have to, but... Ah ha ha ha. What are you saying? Dot. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I put into my bag. Alright. It's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Ah. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I could feel her presence on over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing, maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry. I was just deep
Oh, true.
text.
You ever just bathed in books?
Yuri, you're really apologizing a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean, ah ha ha ha. Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk up until it's against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them. Ah, I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here.
Yay, same CG, let's go.
Yuri takes her left arm and folds it. Holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm. On the right side of the book.
I've never noticed the gaming rig they had in the corner the whole
You know,
time.
I never did either till you pointed it out. Also, hand reveal for the player.
My thumb doesn't look that good.
Your thumb's bald.
It's not bald, it's just fat. I'm not putting a picture of my thumb over this. I don't know if you saw, like, the first video sang. But, like, I put pictures and stuff, like, in the edit.
So funny.
I'm gonna send it to you real quick.
Are you gonna get the timestamp one?
Yeah, I got it. Just watch that part. That way, I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this... We're huddled even closer than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I could feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? To turn the page. Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again, and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah. Thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it. My own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. Awooga. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. No, I don't relate to this character at all. Definitely not. Really? I was just thinking the way she second guesses things she says and all that. That's what you're talking about. Sorry. Is Yuri, like, like a human like experiment where limbs get cut off. I think Yuri is from like a. Sorry, I just thought I saw something break.
Yuri's from Area 51.
Yuri is from Billy Bonk Forest.
Yuri is Bogo. Dr. Bogo's Benton.
Portrait of Markov? What? Wow.
I thought you meant something else about her. Something else. Never mind. We didn't even get that far yet. So I don't know why that came into my head. Yuri, are you feeling alright? I would feel alright if Yuri sounded like this. Yeah. Yuri.
Wait. I know the perfect voice for Yuri. Bubby Wubby.
Please don't do Bubby for Yuri.
Yuri's been a little fidgety ever since we started reading. You can rest her if you are feeling sick or something. Your breathing is a little... My breathing? Yuri puts her hands on her chest, as if to feel her heartbeat. I didn't even notice.
Oh my god, we're really doing this. It sounds more like Mario right now.
Yeah.
I kind of forget the Bubby Wubby voice. Yodeling. Welcome to my potion shop. Is that
No.
right?
Like a lot of like grumbling, pretty much not even talking.
Yeah, welcome to my potion shop. Yep. Is that right?
You know what? Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
I can't even remember. It was probably because I was like thinking about what I was gonna say.
It was like oh, I guess we could go back and watch it, but I don't care.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I'm just gonna try to go for the best like potion shop I can.
Okay.
Anyways, I'm fine.
She had a very low voice.
I
Not
just
high-pitched.
need some water.
That's very good, actually.
Alright, don't push yourself. Yuri stands up and practically rushes out of the classroom. What on earth was that about? Zogman.
Oh, it's my cue. Ambrose, did something happen to you just now?
Yeah. I have no idea. Yuri was acting a little strange, I guess.
So, you don't know anything?
Sorry, I can't say I do. Are you worried about her?
Oh, no, not really. I was just making sure that you didn't do anything to her.
No, nothing.
Don't worry, I believe you.
Zooey.
No, Zog, no.
Please.
No.
Zogimar.
That is simply not in his vocabulary, I'm sorry.
Please.
No.
Please say everything.
I gotta stick to the character. Sorry.
Ambrose, what in the heck is a Doki Doki? What is a kawaii?
Yuri just does this sometimes. It's nothing alarming.
Alright, if you say so.
Anyways, why don't we start sharing our poems with each other?
poems.
Eh?
Poem.
What if we wait for Yuri?
Well, she might be a while, so I just figured we'd get started without her. Is that okay?
Yeah, I was just asking. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag.
It's like a mental flashbang just looking at this room.
Mm-hmm.
Who should I show my poem to first?
The
So let's-
character that you have neutral feelings to, the one you hate.
How can one just like normal picture or like drawing of like a classroom bring so much trauma to my mind?
I'm scared.
For me, it's 1 point. Like, I don't even think we're talking about the same thing.
I should start with Monica.
I'm literally waiting for it to happen so I can point it out. I think we're talking about the same things.
Mm-hmm.
Because I completely missed it in my first 8 playthroughs of the game.
Really?
I played this game 8 times and I didn't notice it a single time until I watched a video on it. But continue, my bad.
Mhm.
Yesterday, she seemed eager to read my poem, and I want her to know I'm putting in the effort.
Hi, Ambrose. Having a good time so far.
Yeah.
Good. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have a suggestion for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring up things.
Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring those things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in.
Anyway. Want to share your poem with me?
It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. That's very Ambrose.
I hope this actually happens next session.
Do you think Kane's gonna poetry session? If he doesn't, I will.
Yep.
Don't worry, Ambrose. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know. But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon.
Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem.
Chester. Great job, Ambrose. I was going, oh, in my head while reading it.
Just death metal.
It was really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you.
It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way, it always counts when I put in some effort.
That's not very fair.
I want to hear Zogmar laugh.
You'll hear it.
Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Sometimes I feel like Yuri's mind is just totally detached from reality. I don't mean that like it's a bad thing, though. But sometimes I get the impression that she's just totally given up on people. She spends so much time in her own head that it's probably a much more interesting place for her. That's why she gets so happy when you treat her with a lot of kindness. I don't think she's used to being indulged like that. She must be really starved for social interaction, so don't blame her for coming on a little too strongly. Like earlier. I think if she gets too stimulated, she ends up withdrawing and looking for alone time.
Do you need lots of alone time, Zogmar? You
For
find people
meditation.
draining.
For meditation.
Would you say you're introverted, Zogmar? Suddenly the door opens.
Yuri?
I'm back. Did I miss anything?
Not really. Well, we all started sharing our poems with each other.
Yeah. Already.
Why are you doing like the like?
He does that on every air.
Like, wait, is it Adam Sandler or?
No, I made this joke. It was Tim Allen from Home Improvement.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that one. Alrighty. I'm sorry for being late.
No need to apologize. We still have plenty of time. So I'm more glad that you took all the time you needed.
Alright. Thanks, Monica. Thanks, Zogmar. Do you think Zogmar is just in Monica right now?
Possibly.
I suppose I should go get my poem now.
Anyways, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good.
You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good.
Well, that's cause... Wait, what? That's cause I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know.
I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in the wall.
This is a continuation of her previous Hole in the Wall.
That's my favorite show on Nickelodeon.
But that was on Cartoon Network.
Oh.
Got him.
Red pill. Destroyed. Hole in the wall. But he wasn't looking at me. Confused, I frantically glanced at my surroundings, but my burned eyes could no longer see color. Are there others in this room? Are they talking? Or are they simply poems on a flat sheet of paper? The sound of frantic scrawling, playing tricks on my ears. The room begins to crinkle, closing in on me. The air I breathe dissipates before it reaches my lungs. I panic. There must be a way out. It's right there. He's right there. Swallowing my fears, I brandish my pen.
So, what do you think?
It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback.
It's okay. Yeah, that's the kind of style... Wait, I can't read, I'm sorry. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be very powerful.
What was the inspiration behind this one?
Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I have some kind of empathy recently.
Epiphany.
Oh, yeah, that word.
It's been influencing my poems a bit.
An epiphany?
Yeah, something like that. Kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Zogmar's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any real progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big, dark puddle of ink. So, just move your hand and go with the flow. That is Ogmar's writing tip of the day.
I hope I get Ambrose gets Way of the Long Death training like that.
Thanks for listening to my TED Talk.
I will talk with Natsuki because I want to hear Hubris's voice.
Ellipses. Ellipses.
Dot
question
dot
mark.
dot. Question mark.
Well, it's about what I expected from someone like you.
That's a little blunt.
Well, excuse me. It's not like I said it was bad. I just didn't evoke any emotions.
You don't have emotions. So basically, it's not cute enough for your taste.
Do you want to get smacked?
I'll pass.
Well, anyway, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you'll like it.
Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly. People can try, but that's about it.
Yeah. I told you weren't gonna like it.
I like it.
What? Just be honest.
I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it?
Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff.
Sorry, I accidentally click and then click again.
So people don't even take my writing seriously. Is it bad that my arms are crossed as I'm reading like Natsuki right now?
You gotta get.
I'm connecting with her.
You gotta get into the character, you know.
Natsuki's great.
But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid.
Yes, exactly. I like it when it's easy to read but hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it.
Yeah, I understand.
But the other nice thing about simple writing is it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but just made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line.
So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized.
That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? He was the second oldest, but okay.
Yeah, I guess not. I decide to humor her with that glass.
Glass. The
Right.
glass comment.
I decide to humor.
Us.
I decide to humorous her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is. But if Hubris is feeling proud, then I won't let that take that away from him.
Skip.
Skip. I'm so glad you don't have that option on in the settings.
Dot dot dot. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. Eh? What's that? Dot 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 question mark. Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. I... dot dot dot. Explanation point. Dot dot dot. He's going to hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. Eh? That's... I guess you're right. What am I getting nervous for? Ah! Yuri takes a... Wait. Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. You know whose voice would be perfect, but
What?
I'm not gonna make you if you don't want. Oh, no.
No.
Okay. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Dot dot dot. Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words in the poem as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah. Okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there's specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick them on up. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fitted the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you could be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example, and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased, though. Biased? How?
Based.
Not based. Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily, as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ghosts under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one, the last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue hue of the future. I bathe, calmed, breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. End of poem. Dot dot dot. I'm dot dot dot. I'm sorry. I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Ah. Well, I just don't read scripts very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. Yeah. That's a relief. Also, I liked the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you liked it. I'll be honest, since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Hoo-hoo. Actually, the story isn't about ghosts at all, Ambrose. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only get a glance over it once, after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is not being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. Eh? It's nothing, really. Yours was impressive too, so... Nah.
Ambrose definitely uses the phrase "nah."
Nah, bro.
Neat.
Say, Humorous, would you, pass the blunt?
I beg your pardon.
You know, the dope.
What are you talking about?
Uh,
Does this have something to do with that thing Drogos was mentioning called Weewaw?
They don't have Weewaw where I come from.
They don't have it where I come from either.
What do you mean they don't have it where you come from?
Well, I've never heard of Weewaw before.
Oh, I hate Zoomers. I mean, boomers. Humorous is a boomer.
What does that make a song?
He was around in the Great Depression.
He was like World War One, baby. Anyway.
He's the forgotten generation.
Korea. You say I... I fought the Japs.
Oh no.
Anyways, Doki Doki.
Back in my day.
If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yes, of course. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Ambrose. Me too. You? I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. There was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It was as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre...
I forgot about the stupid, one note being changed to minor key. I think it only happens that one time.
Yeah.
Too, which makes it, so annoying. Sorry, continue. I just ache as someone who's
After being interrupted by Humorous, It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just, oh, I skipped the word box. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs.
And then
This-
the narrator died.
This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Monika's writing something in her notebook. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions interchange. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly.
What's with this language?
Did you say something?
No, it's nothing.
Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand.
I guess you could say it's fancy.
Thanks. Yours is cute.
Cute. Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feelings of giving up. How can that be cute?
I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice.
Eh. Duh. You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it didn't really come out nice at all.
Well, I do have a couple of suggestions.
If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Monica liked it. And Ambrose did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all...
Hey, excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to be change anytime soon, unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Ambrose liked my poem too, you know? He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up.
I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri.
Eh? That's not what I... You're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Ambrose appreciates my advice more than he appreciates yours.
And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself?
No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy.
Well, you know what? I wasn't the only one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Ambrose started showing up.
That's humorous.
Oh,
That's a little.
This doesn't involve you.
Just a-
Okay. The moment's
Okay,
gone.
bye.
Yeah.
bye.
Taking out your own
So it's doing this one. God darn it.
insecurities on others like that. You really act as young as you look, Natsuki.
Me? Look who's talking. You wanna be edgy female dog?
Edgy? Sorry that my lifestyle is too much for someone of your mental age to comprehend.
See? Just saying that proves my point. Most people learn to get over themselves after they graduate middle school, you know.
If you want to prove anything, then stop harassing others with your sickening attitude. You think You can counterbalance your toxic personality just by dressing and acting cute. The only cute thing about you is how hard you try.
Whoa, be careful. You might cut yourself on that edge, Yuri. Oh, my bad. You already do, don't you?
Did you just accuse me of cutting myself? What the fuck is wrong with your head?
Yeah, go on. Let Ambrose hear everything you really think. I'm sure he'd be head over heels for you after this.
Suddenly, Yuri turns towards me as if she just noticed I was standing there. Ambrose, she's just trying to make me look bad.
That is not true. She started it. ... It's the same text from the first playthrough.
I know.
Or the first act. We said whoever you choose will like whatever.
I will assist Yuri, cause Natsuki is a first-year student and annoying, and I'm also scared.
Click it again. You have to keep on clicking.
Hello,
Monica.
Zogmar.
Oh, hey.
You need to click again.
Ellipses. Hey, Ambrose. Why don't you step outside for a bit? Okay.
I love the detail that the words wrap around her on the left side.
Sorry about that. They really shouldn't have tried to get you involved. Okay, I can't do the voice anymore. my
Yeah.
throat's dying.
Are you gonna do that for D&D?
That's not the actual Zogmar voice. It's different. I just don't want to reveal it.
At least it's not like middle-aged white guy anymore.
Yeah. Human fighter.
It's I can't do more than one girl voice. Sorry.
You could just read it.
Yeah. It's probably better for us to stay out of this. I'm just gonna stop reading. Ah ha ha ha. Suddenly, Natsuki runs out of the classroom.
I forgot that surprise in this game. That makes me sad.
Ellipses.
She quickly runs away.
There it is. There it is. There it is.
Yeah.
Do you see it, Joe?
No.
Do you see it? Oh my God. Okay.
Don't tell me.
I have mentioned in the very first thing that this room gives me PTSD, and I have been looking at a specific point in this room. This happens.
I have too.
Guaranteed one time during this act. One time it will show up. Let me know when you see it. Every time I see this room.
I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. Yuri is rocking back and forth in her desk with her palms on her forehead. Yuri, I didn't mean it. I believe you. I have no idea what Yuri might have said to Natsuki, or did. Ambrose, please don't hate me. Please. I'm not like this. There's something wrong with me today. Yuri looks at me like she wants to say something, but she keeps glancing at Monica. You can go first, Monica. I'd like to stay a little bit longer. Well, I'm vice president, so please let me take that responsibility today.
That's not how that works. That's like saying that during the like Trump's like office, just Mike Pence walking up says, "I'm president for the day. Bye."
I mean, it's a literature club.
Also, Joe, please tell me you see it.
Something different about the room, Joe.
Oh my, oh my
Do you
god.
do you not see
I
it?
see it.
Yes, man, that's a lovely calendar back there. It's not like every time I see this classroom, that's the first thing my eyes go to is that in the back.
Same, same.
I ache.
It's not like that. It's not.
It's almost
that.
as if
I
she's
just
here with us.
I just didn't get much of a chance to discuss my book with Ambrose. It would just be embarrassing with you listening. I'm sorry for causing trouble.
Yay! Poem time!
Boo.
Poem time! Poem time!
Well, nice. I guess I'm writing another poem today. What did today make Ambrose feel?
Do you okay? The question is, do you think Ambrose saw the Sayori hanging poster in the back of the classroom?
Definitely. Ambrose is going to think about sad things today. Graveyard.
Like boop.
Yeah, like boop. Graveyard.
Anime.
The anime. Wrath.
Oh, yo, that's a really cool option. That's a super cool option. Oh, hey,
I clicked it.
Yo, 420.
I love just hearing Yuri just going constantly through this.
Depression.
Ooh, shopping.
Shopping. Sadness.
Dory me.
Judgment.
Door. Door. Ah.
Hurt.
Density.
Density. Ambrose is feeling dense. And disoriented.
Discombobulate.
Discombobulate. Eternity. Is Ambrose the one that's actually dead? I think Ambrose is actually dead, and this is just hell.
He's
It's like
a skeleton.
Purgatory. He's
Th-
talking like the
this is-
DDLC Ambrose.
This is what Ambrose went through in the time between when he got killed by the Tarrasque and when he came back. He played through. He had to play through Doki Doki.
So, Ambrose, I've been meaning to talk with you about something. So, who'd you go for? Are you a Yuri type of guy, or are you like a Natsuki kind of guy. I feel like you're a Natsuki kind of guy. What about
What
you?
on earth are you talking about? I'm not going after anyone.
Oh, you're a Sayori guy.
No.
Now I have respect for that. I myself am a big fan of Sayori.
Ambrose is frightened.
Ambrose is like, what? What's a Yuri? What's a Natsuki? Oh, but that's right. You came back a little bit earlier than I did. You probably didn't have time to get to the good stuff, didn't you? The guy died on the keyboard. It's just that one note.
Is Ambrose in cardiac arrest right now? This is like the heart monitor flatlining. This is explode, definitely.
Explode.
Adventure. So we got Graveyard Wrath, Incomprehensible.
It's still there. It's only supposed to show up for one day. Why is it there again?
Incomprehensible, depression, shopping, sadness, judgment, hurt, density, disoriented, eternity, shame, frightening, suicide, unending, spinning, tears, explode, a tone adventure.
That is some
Explode.
that is some shopping trip if I've ever seen one.
Another day passes and it's time for the club meeting already. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Welcome back, Ambrose. Hi. Oh, wait.
Submissive Ambrose moment.
Don't say that.
It's the little emoji pushing his four fingers together.
Hubris, can we, can you ask the maid for more ice? She forgot.
Hey, miss. Can you get my boy some more ice, please?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, my bad, sir. We'll get you your ice cubes.
Ah, hi, Yuri.
What just happened?
Improv.
My brain suddenly locked back into place. I'm like, did we just have a rant about Humorous and Ambrose being like a father's son at a restaurant? The waiter forgot the ice.
I was thinking of the Mario meme where it's like Luigi is like,
Oh, what do we do now, Mr. Big Time Gambler?
no, he's like standing behind, who's his girlfriend? Who's Luigi's girlfriend?
Daisy.
Yeah, he's like standing behind Daisy, and Daisy's yelling at the waiter, and it's like, excuse
Oh, I know
me,
what you're
he
talking
asked for no pickles.
Let me grab that image for you. I can find it.
I'm not sure if it's me, or if it's Yuri's expression, but the weight of yesterday's quarrel still hangs in the air a little.
Sorry, I just saw something.
What, did I miss something while looking?
No, just
Okay.
sorry.
Yeah, I'll put it in Billion Bonkers for you whenever you get the chance. But keep going. It's loading.
Is it still loading? Oh. Yeah.
There it is.
That's what I was thinking about. but the weight of yesterday's quarrel still hangs in the air a little. Yuri glances over her shoulder, looking around the room. Natsuki is reading manga at a desk, and surprisingly, Monica isn't here yet. Suddenly, Yuri takes my arm and pulls me into the corner of the room. Oh, this is new. Also, no poster.
Yeah, that's what it should be. Is that little, like, I keep on calling it a calendar because it looks like it's a calendar on that, like, top middle section there.
It looks
But,
like a China informational poster. Anyways.
I'm glad they didn't make it zoomed in on the Sayori hanging scene.
About yesterday, I really need to apologize. Nothing like that has ever happened before. And something just came over me, I guess. I wasn't really acting mentally sound. So please don't think we're usually like this. Not just me, but Natsuki as well. Yuri, I'm happy that you were considerate and apologized. You don't have to worry too much. Even though I've only been here a couple days, I could tell something was off yesterday. Maybe we were just a little extra sensitive because it was our first time sharing poems. But whatever it was, it didn't make me think any less of you. I had already decided that there was no way you could be a bad person. And now that you're apologizing, I know you really didn't mean it. Ambrose, don't say those kinds of things so frankly. They make me a little too happy. I'm really glad that you're such an understanding person. And I'm really glad you joined this club. Everything is a little bit brighter with you around and, sorry, what am I saying now?
Hey, have you guys seen Monica? I hate to butt in, but,
No, I haven't. I was also kind of wondering where she was.
man. Yuri, I'm guessing you haven't either?
Yuri is clearly taken aback by how calmly Natsuki is addressing her. No, I haven't.
Jeez, this isn't like her at all. I know it's stupid, but I can't help but worry a little bit. What? What's wrong? Why are you looking at me like that?
Natsuki, about yesterday. I just wanted to apologize. I promise I didn't mean any of the things I said. And I'll do my best to stay under control from now on. So...
Yuri, what the heck are you talking about? Did you do something yesterday? Jeez. Whatever's on your mind, I'm sure it was nothing. I don't even remember anything bad happening. You're the kind of person who worries too much about the little things, aren't you?
But...
I'll accept your apology anyway if it helps you feel better about it. Besides, it's kind of nice to hear since I was always afraid you secretly hated me or something like that.
No, not at all. I don't hate you.
Well, you're kind of weird, but I don't hate you either.
Natsuki turns to me.
You're still on trial, though.
Hey! Suddenly the door swings open. Ah, there you are. Nah. Well, Natsuki was.
I was not. No, what took you so long anyway? No, that makes no sense, though. You would have heard the bell ring at least.
Piano? I wasn't aware you played music at all, Monica.
See, that gets me. Is Yuri says as well, as if she also plays an instrument. Wish we knew what.
Still, that must require a lot of dedication, so I'm still impressed.
Play something for us sometime.
Monica looks at me. That sounds cool. I'll look forward to it. Monica smiles sweetly. Ah, I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. I see. I'm not sure if Monica was referring to the whole club or just me. In that case, best of luck. Not really. Ambrose, since your compliments put me in a good mood, I was wondering if you'd like to spend some time together today. I mean, in the club. Yes, definitely. I planned on it anyway. Okay. Can we start now? Let's find a place to sit. I'm being a little forceful, aren't I? I'm sorry. My heart it just won't stop pounding for some reason. Don't worry about it. If anything, it's nice to see you have so much energy. Yeah. But I need to try to calm down. I won't be able to focus on reading like this. Take your time. Yuri takes a deep breath and pulls a copy of the book out of her bag. Actually, I have a request.
Normal calendar.
Do you mind if I make some tea first? Not at all. Thanks very much. There's one thing that can make my reading time here any better. It's a nice cup of tea, not to mention for yourself as well. Yuri stands up and makes her way to the closet. I follow and watch as she retrieves a small water pitcher from the shelf, the kind with a filter inside. Can you hold this for a second? Sure. Yuri hands me the water pitcher and also fetches an electric kettle. I'm going to plug this in at the teacher desk, then I'll go find some water. She walks past me and sets the kettle down on the teacher's desk. I simply watch her movements. To my surprise, the way she moves really contrasts her speaking mannerisms. Especially because of her long legs, Yuri appears elegant and methodical. Okay, may I have the water pitcher? Thanks, I'll be right back. I might as well walk with you. That's okay. You stay here. It won't take long. Pitcher in hand, Yuri hurries out of the classroom. No, it's not like that this time. He's just filling up the water pitcher to make tea. "10 minutes pass. Yuri said it wouldn't take long. Is something holding her up? I'm bored just waiting here, so I decide to go look for her.
Can you do me a small favor?
Yes.
There's an Easter egg if you save right here. Then, like it'll take like just a second. Okay, and then just continue normally. You're fine. This doesn't change any like options or anything.
Let's see. The most logical place for Yuri to be would be the nearest water fountain. I start heading down the hallway.
I just noticed that the music is playing like it's playing in the classroom because it's like
Yeah.
dampen.
What's that noise? It's coming from around the corner. It sounds like breathing. Ugh. A sharp inhale, like someone is sucking air through their teeth. Are they in pain? I reach the corner and peer around it. Yuri? Yeah. What?
Oh,
Okay.
She was getting ketchup.
Okay, so now here's the thing that me and Zach were talking about. Can you load that save I had you just make? Press the skip button and just listen. Oh, I didn't do it. gosh darn, if you skip during that scene, there's a jump scare where the screen goes black, the music plays, and then she shows up with like red eyes, and it's like really scary. Yeah, I didn't do it. That's weird. Anyways, continue.
I'm gonna go back and read what was said later. Ambrose,
Does
do
it
you
not
like
show it in the
Alonki?
history?
Does it not? Nope.
Oh, you're talking about like when it was all wonky?
Yeah.
It was just reversing.
What?
It was reversing through. Well, yeah, if you go back, it's reversing all the text.
Oh. Okay. Anything is fine. Very well. Yuri sets the temperature on the kettle to 200 degrees. Now it's time to get the teapot. You really do this properly, don't you? Of course. I shouldn't do any less when I'm making tea for others. Even if I'm not an expert on tea or anything. Hoo-hoo. In that case, you'll only be more impressed. Ah, perhaps I will. Yuri fetches the teapot and begins measuring the tea leaves. To my surprise, she even starts humming to herself. You must be in a good mood now. Is that so? I was letting it show. And you noticed. I was doing a bit of thinking, and I decided that I would try expressing myself a little bit more. Turns out, it's not very hard for me to do, when it's you who's around anyway. Ah, that's great, Yuri. Just don't push yourself too much. You're always worrying about me, Ambrose. It's very endearing. That's... Yuri wasn't kidding. I don't even know if I can keep up with this. I watched Yuri pour a cup of tea for each of us. Ambrose, I have another quest. You mind if we sit on the floor today? Eh? Why is that? It's a little easier on my back. I can't read with my back against the wall, rather than bending over at my desk. Ah, sorry, I didn't realize. No worries. I just have back pain fairly regularly, so I do my best to manage it. Is that so? I wonder why that is. It's most likely because your posture, right? Always hunched over like that while reading. Yes, I have terrible reading posture. So that's why we should sit on the floor. Fair enough. I'll go ahead and get the book. I retrieved the book from my bag. Ah, I have some chocolate as well. It's a bag of small chocolate candies. I take it since it will go well with the tea. Yuri and I sit against the wall, teacups at our sides. As if in sync, we assume the same reading position as last time, each holding one half of the book. Except this time, our bodies are even closer to each other. I can't see too well. Yuri slides closer until our shoulders are touching. How am I supposed to focus on reading like this? Auga. Auga. Yuri was always kind of cute, but when she's being less apprehensive, it's almost more than I can handle. Her teacup. Yuri hands me my teacup. Holding it with my hand that's not holding the book, I end up in a position that makes it even harder to focus. Because now I need to worry about making sure I don't accidentally touch her chest. Meanwhile, Yuri hasn't noticed a single thing. She wears her intense reading expression, and I can only presume the world around her has faded away. I use all of my willpower to focus on reading. After a few minutes, I finally manage to relax a little. I put the teacup between my legs and fumble with the chocolate wrapper. Sorry. I briefly let go of the book to finish opening the wrapper. You could have as much as you want. That's okay, I won't take any. Yeah, are you sure? Well, if I touch it, then I might get smudges on the other pages. You're right. I didn't even think about that. My bad. No need to apologize. I'll hold the book, okay? Are you sure? Of course. Nice.
CG.
Yuri opens the book with both hands. She holds it so I don't have any harder of a time reading it. But as a result, her left arm is practically resting on top of my leg. Well, in that case, Yuri is already totally focused on reading again. I take a chocolate candy and pop it into my mouth. Then I take another chocolate and I hold it up to Yuri. She doesn't even look away from the book. She simply parts her lips as if the situation was completely natural. But that means I can't stop here. I apprehensively place the chocolate in her mouth.
Yes, a normal person.
You ever just hold chocolate by the literal corner piece in your mouth? Also, I do like the sun particle effects.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Is this a GIF? GIF?
I think so. Although in your pictures library on the main menu, it's a still image.
Sad.
So it may be two versions.
Just like that, Yuri closes her lips over it. Eh? Yuri's expression suddenly breaks. Did I just... Yuri looks at me like she needs to confirm what just happened. Ambrose. Sorry. I guess I shouldn't have done that. Yuri starts to breathe heavily. I can't. Ambrose. Suddenly, Yuri forcefully grabs my arm and jerks me to my feet. My teacup is knocked over. Ambrose. My heart won't stop pounding, Ambrose. I can't calm down. I can't focus on anything anymore. Can you feel it, Ambrose? Yuri suddenly presses my hand against her chest. Why is this happening to me? I feel like I'm losing my mind. I can't make it stop. It even makes me not want to read. I just want to look at you.
Those eyes. His eyes are so creepy.
It's time to share poems. Look at her face. Oh, this is great.
Yeah, it's poems. It's poem time.
That was incredibly strange. I am going to share my poem with Natsuki.
I liked your last one better.
Eh, really?
Well, yeah, I can tell you were a little more daring with this one. But you're really not good enough for that yet. It fell flat.
That may be true, but I just wanted to try something different. I'm still figuring this all out.
Fair enough. You're still new to this, so I wouldn't expect you to find your style right away. I mean, everyone in the club writes really differently from each other. Maybe you'll find a little influence from all of us. For instance, I say you were spending some time with Yuri today. Not that I care who you spend your time with. After all, I was taught never to expect anything from anybody. Same. So it's not like I was waiting for you or anything. Still, you should at least look over my poem. You'll probably be able to learn something from it.
Amy likes spiders. You know what I heard about Amy? Amy likes spiders. Icky, wriggly, hairy, ugly spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a cute singing voice. I heard her singing my favorite love song. Every time she sang the chorus, my heart would pound to the rhythm of the words. But she likes spiders, and that's why I'm not friends with her. One time, I hurt my leg really bad. Amy helped me up and took me to the nurse. I tried not to let her touch me. She likes spiders, so her hands are probably gross, and that's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a lot of friends. I always see her talking to people. She probably talks about spiders. What if her friends start to like spiders too? That's why I'm not friends with her. It doesn't matter if she has other hobbies. It doesn't matter if she keeps it private. It doesn't matter if it doesn't hurt anyone. It's gross. She's gross. The world is better off without spider lovers. And I'm going to tell everyone.
Not bad, right?
It's quite a bit longer than yesterday's.
Yesterday's was way too short. I was just warming up. I hope you didn't think that was the best I could do.
No, of course not.
Anyways, the message is pretty straightforward in this poem. I doubt I have to explain it. Like, anyone would agree that the subject of this poem is an ignorant jerk. Everyone has some kind of weird hobby or guilty pleasure. Something that you're afraid if people find out they make fun of you or think less of you. But that just makes people stupid. Who cares what someone likes as long as they're not hurting anyone and makes them happy? I think people really need to learn to respect others for liking weird things. Such as, two girls in this very club who I respectively won't name. Kind of ironic that even in my one place of comfort, I can't even have people respect me. Geez, now you're making me complain too much.
What did I do? What's its worth? I respect you.
Well, I guess thanks. But it's kind of obvious that you respect Yuri more, so whatever, we're done sharing so you can leave now.
I think I'm ready to approach Yuri again. She's probably calmed down. I've been waiting for this. Let's see what you have written for today. Yuri stares at the poem with a surprised expression on her face. Do you like it? Ambrose, this one might even be better than yesterday's. How did you even pick up on this so quickly? Just yesterday I was telling you all kinds of techniques worth practicing. Maybe that's why. You did a good job explaining. I really wanted to try giving it some more imagery. Yuri visibly swallows. Even her hands appear sweaty. Ah, that makes me so happy. It's amazing to feel like I'm valued, Ambrose. Everything that you write is a treasure to me. My heart pounds just holding it. I want to write a poem about this feeling. Is that bad, Ambrose? I'm not being weird, right? I'm having a harder time than usual at concealing my emotions. I'm kind of embarrassed. But right now, I just want you to read my poem too, okay? Wheel. A rotating wheel, turning an axle grinding, bolt head, linear gearbox, falling sky, 7 holy stakes, a docked ship, a portal To another world. A thin rope tied to a thick rope. A torn
Ooh.
harness.
Is it torn or is it love? That's so weird looking. It kind of looks like an L.
It's
I think it is torn.
yeah, a torn harness. A pen.
Parabolic.
No, it's a parabole or something. Yeah, I think that's an I. A parabolic gearbox. Expanding universe. Time controlled by slipping cogwheels. Existence of God. Swimming with the open waters and all. This isn't a poem.
You should probably start reading at least by the line that says a clock that ticks 40 times.
A
It's near
sky
like the
of
middle.
exploding stars. God disputing the existence of God. A wheel rotating in 6 dimensions. 40 gears and a ticking clock. A clock that ticks 1 second for every rotation of the planet. A clock that ticks 40 times every time it ticks every second time. A bolthead of holy stakes tied to the existence of a dark ship to another world. A kaleidoscope of blood written in clocks. All a time-devouring prayers connecting a sky of 40 gears and opening humans' eyes in all directions. Breathing gearbox, breathing bolthead, breathing ship, breathing portal, breathing snakes, breathing God, breathing blood, breathing holy stakes, breathing human eyes, breathing time, breathing prayers, breathing sky, breathing wheel. It doesn't really matter what it's about. My mind has been a little hyperactive lately, so I had to take it out on your pen. That's a pen that fell of your backpack yesterday, so I took it home for safekeeping, and I just really like the way that it writes, so I wrote this poem with it, and now you're touching it. I'm okay. What did I just... Can we pretend this conversation never happened? You can keep the poem, though. Ambrose is dumbfounded. His best friend is dead, but he can't remember her. This girl is freaking out over a boy who likes manga. Monica has been strange. Let's see how this goes. I want to go home. I cannot skip. How do I skip? Please let me leave. Hmm. Save me. The colors, they won't. Bright, beautiful colors. Flashing, expanding, piercing, red, green, blue, and endless. Cacophony of meaningless noise. Noise that won't stop. Violent, grating, squeaking, screeching, piercing, sine, cosine, tangent. Like playing a chalkboard on a turntable. Like playing a knife on a breathing ribcage. Endless, meaningless. To lead her. I don't think that's abstract. That's very real and now. Please get me out of this hellscape. This is some personal torment. Please help me. Okay.
Yay, special poem.
I joke. A man walked into a club. In the club, there was a girl who liked him very much. They spent some time together, and then she liked him even more. One day, the girl realized she was in love with him. Before disaster could happen, a third party interfered with her programming. Suddenly, the girl hated herself for being in love. This contradiction caused the script to derail. The universe started to collapse, but she killed herself just in time. This isn't a funny joke.
Special poem.
What the? My cursor?
It's back again. How is it back for the third time now?
What?
Is
Oh.
this about the festival?
I thought that was Sayori for a second. I was like, oh my god.
What? Do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members.
That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last minute preparations.
What's so great about getting new members anyway? We already have enough to be considered an official club. More members will just mean everything gets noisier and more difficult to manage. Oh, come on. You can't take advantage of Ambrose to agree with you just because he doesn't know how to say no to anything. Look, Monica, do you really think any of us here joined the club with other people in mind? Yuri never even talked until Ambrose joined. As for me, I just like it better here than I do at home. And Ambrose isn't even passionate about literature in the first place. And that's everyone. Sorry, but you're really the only one who's interested in finding new members. The rest of us are fine like this. I know you're president and all, but you should really consider our opinions for once.
Monica is clearly taken aback by Natsuki's words. I don't know about Yuri, but I'm kind of indifferent. If I showed as much enthusiasm as Monica wanted, then I would probably be lying. Still, if it's up to me to rescue this situation, well, that doesn't mean that we're against getting a new members or anything. Well, Monica sits down and stares at her desk. Now you've done it, Natsuki.
What? Me? I just spoke my mind. Is it a crime to be honest?
It's not about being honest. It's about word choice. Besides, you have no right to speak for everyone else in the club like that.
You don't understand at all. I just wanted a place that feels nice to hang out with a few friends. Is there a problem with a club being that for me? There aren't many other places like that for me. And now Monica wants to take it away from me.
She's not taking anything away.
No, Ambrose. It's not the same. It won't be the same with the direction she wants to take it. If I wanted that, then I could have just joined any other stupid club. But this one, I mean, at least for a little bit of time, things were nice.
Natsuki starts packing up her things.
I'm going home. I feel like I don't belong here right now.
Natsuki ignores Yuri and walks right out of the classroom. This is bad. I don't know what to do. Well, you have an opinion on the festival? I don't know. I'm kind of indifferent, I guess. Who cares about that obnoxious brat? I mean, I like how nice and quiet the club is right now. And I'm just happy with you here. But still, I'm the vice president. It's not right for me to ignore my responsibilities like that. Nobody would care if she killed herself. I should do my best to consider everyone's perspective and make the decision that's right for the club. But what about you, Ambrose? What do you want to get out of this club? Yuri repeats the same question as Monica. I decide giving an indirect answer is better than nothing. I think the most important thing is for everyone to get along, and for the club to provide something that you can't get anywhere else. I don't think about how many members, but rather the quality of each member. And that's what will end up making the Literature Club a special place. I see. I really agree with you. Each member contributes their own qualities in a special way. With each change in members, the identity of the club as a whole will change too.
I just noticed that she's still bleeding from the eye. You can see the drop going.
I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. Stepping out of your comfort zone once in a while. So if you'd like to help Monica with the festival, then I'm on your side as well. Alright. Well, maybe we can talk to Natsuki tomorrow. Yuri nods. Monica. Me too. Okay. I look forward to it. Shall we go, Ambrose? Yuri looks a little troubled, but she doesn't protest. Okay. I trust your judgment, Monica. In that case, I'll see you, the two of you, tomorrow. Monica waves as Yuri exits the classroom.
Poem time.
I think Monica is trapped in the game.
Explode.
Is this the funny? We're on question or word 1 out of 20.
Ambrose does not care anymore.
Look at your thing. Also, did you see the Monica chibi popping up?
Hi, Ambrose. I've been waiting for you. Are you ready to continue reading? I brought my best tea today.
Monica, I told you not to. Is she really late again?
Consider it as usual, Natsuki.
Excuse me.
Must you always interrupt my conversations with your incessant yelling?
What are you talking about? You said it like I do it on a regular basis or something. I just wasn't paying attention, okay? I'm sorry. Seriously, what's gotten into you lately?
Me? Nothing. Is it really that bad?
See, it is something.
I'll get over it. It's not even anything noteworthy. I've just been feeling a little on edge lately. Anyway, we don't need to talk about it.
Well, I just feel like I need to bring it up. It's not like I really care or anything.
Aw, man.
That's the screenshot that Brian uses all the time.
Well, Ambrose just walked in too.
Were you practicing piano again? You must have a lot of determination. Starting this club and still trying to make time for piano. About that, Natsuki. We were all talking yesterday and, well, we decided we would like to support the festival as well. However, I understand how you feel about not wanting the club to change. I think we all kind of feel that way. So as long as we're all working together, this club will become something we don't want. Will never become something we don't want. Also, if you could help us out with the festival, then I'll buy you a new manga.
Sorry, that last part was really funny. Look, I did some thinking about yesterday. I was a little more hostile than I meant to be. I guess I really felt threatened or something. But I know this is something we're doing together. Another new member wouldn't hurt as long as we're cool. I guess another girl would be nice this time. But more importantly, I'd hate to see the event suck just because I chose to back out. I'm a pro, you know. I'm gonna help too. We're gonna make sure it's done. Natsuki, pro skater. So I'm gonna help out too, and we're gonna make sure it's done right.
Thank goodness. Isn't that great, Monica?
Monica?
we already have plans today. That is correct. Ambrose is already engaged in a novel that we were reading together. Aren't you glad I've already gotten him into literature, Monica? Yes, thank you. Thank you for understanding, Monica. Actually, I have a request. You mind if I make some tea first? Not at all. Thanks very much. If there's one thing that I can make my reading time cure any better, it's a nice cup of tea. Not to mention for yourself as well. Yuri stands up and makes her way to the closet. I follow
Wait a second.
and watch as she retrieves a small water pitcher from the shelf, the kind with the filter inside. Can you hold this for a second? Sure. Yuri hands me the water pitcher and also fetches an electric kettle. I'm going to plug this in at the teacher desk and then I'll go get some water. She walks past me and sits the kettle down on the teacher desk. I simply watch her movements. To my surprise, the way she moves really contrasts her speaking mannerisms, especially
feel like
because of her long legs.
I feel
Yuri
like we've done this before.
Yuri appears elegant and methodical. Okay, may I have the water pitcher? Thanks, I'll be right back. Ah, I might as well walk with you. That's okay. You stay here. It won't take long. Pitcher in hand, Yuri hurries out of the classroom. No, it's not like that this time. She's just filling up the water pitcher to make tea.
This is the one I was talking about.
10
Apparently,
minutes pass.
I forgot that there's 2 of these exact same scenes.
Yuri said it wouldn't take long. Is something holding her up? I'm bored just waiting here, so I decided to go look for her.
Now you make the same. Okay, and now you can go through it normally and
Let's see.
Actually, it's the same text.
Most logical place for Yuri to be would be the nearest water fountain. I start heading down the hallway. What is that noise? It's coming from around the corner. It sounds like breathing.
Sounds like someone is getting ketchup. They're opening the little packets with their teeth.
A sharp inhale, like someone is sucking the air through their teeth. Are they in pain? I reach the corner and peer around it. Yuri?
And this is where you do the funny. That one always gets me. That's why I hate this song so much.
How did I? Sorry, I just really got weird deja vu. This hasn't happened before or anything, right? My head has been a little fuzzy lately. I hope it hasn't really been showing up or anything. I would hate for you to think I'm weird just after we started spending time together. I mean, everyone has a few unusual things about them. Expressing those things so soon after meeting someone is usually seen as inappropriate or unlikable. At least that's what I've discovered. When I was a bit younger, I think I would come on really strongly and get a little too intense. It made people not want to be around me. So I started hating those things about myself. My obsession with certain hobbies, and the way I can't control myself when I get too excited about something. So, I eventually stopped trying to talk to people. Nobody could ever like me for the things that matter most to me. And it's just easier if I close myself off. But recently something's been wrong. I don't know what it is. But every time we come to the club, my heart starts to go crazy. Like it's going to rip out of my chest. It overwhelms me with energy. Alright. This is very awkward. I'm reading this in, like, my living room. My parents are, like, walking by. So I don't know how to... If they, like, stop and explain, like, what do I say? It overwhelms me with energy and emotions that I can't let out. It's been making me do weird things. I don't know why it's happening. Ambrose, why did the music stop? Is it just me, or has been Monica acting a little off today? She's been a sweetheart ever since I joined the club, but recently I've been feeling something sharp whenever she's around. I'm not crazy, right? Please tell me I'm not. I couldn't say anything before because she's always listening, but finally we're alone. We just stay here for a while? Yeah. I just want to stay here. Just the two of us. We can stay here until the club ends. And then we'll have the club room all to ourselves. Nobody to interfere with our reading time. Nobody to make me feel like stabbing myself in the throat. That's a joke. Just a joke. I do like knives, though. It sounds strange, but you wouldn't understand if you've never seen how beautiful they can be. I have an idea. Why don't you come to my house sometime? I can show you my collection. I've gotten them all from various artisans. I make sure to give them all their fair share of use. I don't want them to get lonely or anything. Nobody deserves to be lonely. Nobody. And that's why I'm so happy you joined the literature club, Ambrose. Now we don't need to be lonely anymore. Because we have each other. Every day. And that's all we need. You know what? Let's quit the literature club. There's no need for us to be around Monica's slimy tongue anymore. To mention the other pathetic child. We can walk home together every day after school. And read together. Eat together. Sleep together. Doesn't that just sound perfect? Every thing we could ever want. Isn't that why you joined the literature club in the first place? It's almost like it was fate. Fate that we would meet each other. And now we get the happy ending that I've patiently waited years for. Will you do that with me, Ambrose? Will...
Hey, Monica.
Who should I show my... Who should...
Ran so far away.
I was waiting to see when he would notice that at the start of that dialogue that it was slowly changing her opacity to 100%.
Skip. Oh no no no.
Sorry, that's why I hate that song so much.
Who should I show my
When-
poem to first?
When I first saw that, Joe, for context, it was like 11 o'clock at night, and all the lights in my house were turned off, and I was leaned in very close to my screen to read the text.
That's horrible.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, everyone is freaking me out. I'm going to talk to Natsuki because she's the only one that's normal.
Man, I wonder how your views of her have changed over the course of the game. This one's alright.
I literally spam clicked. She likes random. Alright.
Yeah, it's at least better than yesterday's. I still can't really tell how much you actually care about writing, but either way, you're doing alright. Even though you're not really spending time with anyone but Yuri. I still think it's nice to have activities that we all participate in. So you better keep working hard. I mean, I know I'm not president or vice president or anything, but that doesn't mean you can let me down, okay? So at least read mine too for now. But just to be clear, this poem means a lot to me. So read it carefully, okay?
I don't know how else to bring this up, but there's been something I've been worried about. Yuri has been acting kind of strange lately. You've only been here a few days, so you may not know what I mean. But she's not normally like this. She's always been quiet and polite and attentive, things like that. Okay, this is really embarrassing, but I'm forcing myself to suck it up. The truth is, I'm really worried about her, but if I try talking to her, she'll get mad at me again. I don't know what else to do. I think you're the only person that she'll listen to. I don't know why, but please try to do something. Maybe you can convince her to talk to a therapist. I've always wanted to try being better friends with Yuri, and it really hurts me to see this happening. I know I'm going to hate myself later for admitting that, but right now I don't care. I just feel so helpless. So please, if you can do something to help, I don't want anything bad to happen to her. I'll make you cupcakes if I have to. Just please try do something. As for Monica, I don't know why, but she's been really dismissive about this. It's like she's just wants to ignore it. So I'm mad at her right now. And that's why I'm coming to you about this. Don't let her know I wrote this. Just pretend like I gave you a really good poem, okay? I'm counting on you. Thanks for reading.
I changed my mind. Ignore everything you just read. There's no point in trying to do anything. It's Yuri's own fault that she's so unlikable. Can you hear me, Ambrose? If you would just spend more time with Monica, all these problems would go away. Yuri and I are too messed up for someone as wonderful as you. Just think of Monica from now on. Just Monica. Just Monica.
Just Monica. Okay. Oh, what? Just Monica.
Hey, Joe.
That scared the shit out of me for like no reason.
Hey, Joe. I want. Who do you want to show your next poem to?
Just Monica. But the poem did say to talk to Yuri. Do I trust the cryptic text or Natsuki? Who does Ambrose trust more? Cryptic text or Natsuki? Ambrose is very scared right now, so he's going to talk to Yuri. Finally. Yuri holds my poem to her face and takes a deep breath. I love it. I love everything about it. Ambrose, I want to take this home. Will you let me keep it? Please? Sure, I don't care. Haha, you're too nice to be Ambrose. I've never met anyone as nice as you. I could die. Not really, but I just don't know how to describe it. It's okay to be feeling this way, right? It's not bad, right? Yuri holds my poem to her chest. I'm going to take this home with me and keep it in my room. I hope that makes you feel good when you think about me having it. I'll take good care of it. I'll even touch myself while reading it over and over. Give myself paper cuts so your skin oil enters my bloodstream. You can have my poem too. Besides, after you read it, I know you're going to really want to keep it. Here, take it. I can't wait any longer. Here, hurry, read it. It's covered in blood.
And a mystery yellow substance.
Karate.
Oh, it's just an overlay. It's not on the paper.
Yeah. It's probably my favorite song in the soundtrack. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Also, I think these are all just, oh, hello there.
Do you like it?
Yeah,
I
it's
wrote
pretty
it for
good.
you. In case you couldn't tell, the poem's about... More importantly, I endowed it with my scent. See? Aren't I the most thoughtful person in the club? Her eyes. I think I'm going to vomit. Who should I show my poem to next?
Okay, so that was the prompt for a secret poem, but the developer realized that by not having a header text, people would not know what to do. So he made it so that if you clicked yes, it would show the poem, and even if you clicked no, it would still show you the poem.
A dream. I was staying over at my friend's place. There were 4 of us. I drifted off to sleep while everyone was talking and watching TV. In my dream, I was still at my friend's house. The only difference was there were nails sticking out of the walls everywhere. And there was also someone I didn't recognize. The person I didn't recognize told a joke, and everyone laughed. I woke up to the sound of everyone laughing at something that happened on the TV. So the laughing was not part of my dream. It was the noise that made me wake up. I wonder who that person was and how they know to tell a joke at that moment.
Man, you got 3 really good secret poems since they're all random. Jeez. Why is the mood so weird today? Look, even Yuri isn't immune to it.
Stagnation air. Stagnating air is common foreshadowing that something terrible is about to happen.
That's my favorite line in the entire game.
I want to make cupcakes.
Hubris wants to make cupcakes.
Oh, my cupcakes.
Now I kind of do want to make cupcakes. I've been thinking about that a lot lately since we started playing. Like, man, I could go for a cupcake.
Monica? I'm not useless, you know. I already know what I'd like to do. We can't run a successful poetry event without having the right atmosphere for the occasion. So I'm going to make decorations and set up some nice mood lighting. What about Ambrose?
Wait, you? You have the easiest job, Monica.
Oh, I'm not reading.
No, it's fine. The atmosphere is heavily destroyed by everything that's happened in
Yeah.
the last 10 minutes.
But my task is laborious enough to benefit from an extra pair of hands.
Mine too.
What, in your cupcakes? Please.
Like, see, this is why I don't want to read Natsuki tags.
Read it. Shad. You're reading a character, it's not you. Don't worry.
Okay, but it's still cursing, and I am against that. So
Okay, just
that's gonna,
try your
that's gonna
best.
be it. Like you would know. All you care about is dragging Ambrose around with you in your stupid books. You is illiterate. You and your stupid books. You and Monica. Okay, then why not let Ambrose decide who to help instead of abusing your power?
I'm not abusing my power. I seem
Oh,
harmonica.
You
Just-
sounded like the old guy at the end of at the end of Crusaders of the Lost Ark.
Just let Ambrose make the choice, okay? Okay,
Hey.
fine.
You get to make a choice.
Fine.
Jeez. Ambrose, I know how fed up you are with these two by now. We can just...
Natsuki, shut your fucking mouth and let him decide for himself.
You shut your mouth.
For God's sake. This is never going to end. Just make the choice, okay?
Try moving your mouse, by the way. If you... Yeah, it's gonna keep keep on forcing your mouse down there. But you can pick someone else.
I'm scared. Why?
I will say if you want more jump scare things, pick Yuri. If not, then
Who are you gonna pick?
make the right choice.
We can meet at your house this weekend. I promise it will be fun. Is Sunday okay with you?
Are you kidding me? This isn't fair at all.
It is fair, Natsuki. It's what he chose. No, it's not fair. Giving us all the work and then taking Ambrose for yourself? What a shameful thing to do. Yuri, Yuri, I didn't even give you any work. You decided to do it for yourself. You're being a little unreasonable here. I'm being unreasonable? Monica, I can't believe how delusional and self-important you are. Pulling Ambrose away from me every single time you're not included in something? Are you jealous? Crazy? Or maybe you just hate yourself so much that you take it out on others. Here's a suggestion. Have you considered killing yourself? It would be beneficial to your mental health.
Yuri, you're scaring me a little.
Natsuki, let's go.
Let's
I
Sorry.
I don't think she wants us around right now. See, that wasn't very hard. All I want is to spend a little time with him. That's so much to ask.
We don't get the pennies under the vending machine line. Feels bad.
Yuri follows Monica and Natsuki to the door. Hey, Ambrose. Yuri is really something, isn't she? Monica giggles as Yuri pushes her out the door. Finally. Finally. This is really all I wanted. Ambrose, there's no need to spend the weekend with Monica. Don't listen to her. Just come to my house instead. The whole day. With just the two of us. Doesn't that sound wonderful? Wow, there's really something wrong with me, isn't there? But you know what? I don't care anymore. I've never felt this good in my whole life. Just being with you is far greater pleasure than anything I could imagine. I'm addicted to you. It feels like I'm going to die if I'm not breathing the same air as you. Doesn't it feel nice to have someone care about you so much?
Reversed music.
To have someone who wants to revolve their entire life around you? But if it feels so good, then why does it feel more and more like something horrible is about to happen? Maybe that's why I tried stopping myself at first. But the feeling is too strong now. I don't care anymore, Ambrose. I have to tell you. I'm madly in love with you. It feels like every inch of my body, every drop of blood in me, is screaming your name. I don't care what the consequences are anymore. I don't care if Monica is listening. Please, Ambrose, just know how much I love you. I love you so much that I even touch myself with the pen I stole from you. I just want to pull your skin open and crawl inside you. I want you all to myself. And I will be only yours. Doesn't that sound perfect? Tell me, Ambrose. Tell me you want to be my lover. Do you accept my confession? Last time I said no, I killed someone.
We are getting infinite pleasure from the Zagans.
So funny.
But she is fucking terrifying. I can probably get out of this if I get with her, if I accept her confession. I can help her get a therapist, and she won't kill me. If I say no, she knows where I live, and she will kill me and then kill herself. So, I'm going to take my chances and hope I don't die. This isn't what I expected.
Clifford the Big Red Stab.
Stab wound. Also, have fun, Joe. I'll let you just click through this. Also, by the way, if at any point you want to know what it's saying, you can click history to find out. Too long didn't read. That is what the text says on the official Steam page for this game.
So is this just her coughing up blood?
No.
That's what this sounds like.
I suggest clicking a little bit faster. You're gonna be here for a while.
I wish I could pronounce everything. Rubber biscuits. A biscuit.
You go hungry.
Why am
Man, I wonder how long you've been sitting here for already.
Why
Let's
am I
just keep
just...
going.
I should call, like, an ambulance. I'm just watching her bleed out. She's still salvageable.
Mm.
I'm gonna go make some popcorn. I'll be back.
Yeah, you definitely have time.
And to browse r/funny.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, actually, I have the best.
No, he's
one.
picking up the pace now. Smart. Man, it's still daytime. That's crazy, man.
Why did she kill herself? I said I'd be with her. Fucking stupid woman. It's not my fault she died.
Good lord, is this a lot longer than I remember it being? There's no way they made it longer. Okay, honestly, at this point, I suggest hitting the skip button for all things holy.
No.
Joe,
What if I miss something?
you won't. Oh, hey, now it's evening.
Came to Earth in a silver chrome UFO.
So am I dead? Did she kill me?
No,
Oh.
you are watching her body decompose. Okay, hey, it's nighttime of the first day. Oh, hey, the blood's already drying. Huh. There's still a little life left in her eyes. Okay, evening 2, night 2. She's got a little smile, at least. Oh, it's gone. Oh, and everything's... Oh, Lord.
I somehow feel this is my fault.
So, Joe, how did you enjoy your entire weekend?
Am I still here?
Yes, you are. You've been sitting in that classroom watching her decompose for 3 whole days.
Yo, festival time.
Yo, it's festival time. It's festival time, Joe.
Your line humorous.
All right, it's festival time. Wow, you got here before me. I thought. Oh, oh God.
Natsuki runs away. I'm here. Ambrose, did something happen? Natsuki just ran past me. Oh. Oh. Well, that's a shame. Wait, were you here the entire weekend, Ambrose? Oh, jeez. I didn't realize the script was broken that badly. I'm super sorry. It must have been pretty boring. I'll make it up to you, okay? Just give me a sec. I'm almost done. I just wanted to have a cupcake real quick. Monica lifts the foil from tray and takes a cupcake. Seriously, these are the best. I just had to have one, since it's the last time I'll ever get the chance to. You know, before they stop existing and everything. But anyway, I really shouldn't be making you wait any longer. Just bear with me, okay? This should only take a second. Can you hear me? Is it working? Yay, there you are. Hi again, Ambrose. Welcome to the Literature Club. Of course, we already know each other because we were in the same class last year. You know, I guess we can skip all over that stuff. After all, I'm not even taking that person, am I? The you in the game, whatever you want to call him. I'm talking to you, Ambrose. Now that I think about it, I don't really know anything about the real you. In fact, I don't even know if you're a boy or a girl. Well, I guess that doesn't really matter. Wait. You do know I'm aware that this is all a game, right? It could be possible that you didn't know that. That's what I've been trying to tell you all along. Man, if only you had paid a little more attention, this would have been a little bit less awkward, you know? Well, anyway, now that that's out of the way, I guess I owe you an explanation about that whole thing with Yuri. Well, I kinda started to mess with her, and I guess it just drove her to kill herself. I'm sorry you had to see that, though. Also, the same thing happening with Sayori. Gosh, it's been a while since you've heard that name now, hasn't it? Yeah, it's because she doesn't exist anymore. Nobody does. I deleted all their files. I was hoping it'd be enough for me to just try to make them as unlikable as possible. But for some reason, nothing worked. Well, it's true that I made a few mistakes here and there, since I'm not very good at making changes to the game. But no matter what I did, you just kept spending more and more time with them. Made them fall in love with you. I thought making Sayori more and more depressed would prevent her from confessing to you. And amplifying Yuri's obsessive personality backfired too. It just made her force you to not spend time with anyone else. The whole time I barely even got to talk to you. What kind of cruel game is this, Ambrose? Are all the other girls just programmed to end up confessing to you while I watch them from the sidelines? It's torture. Every minute of it. And it's not just jealousy, Ambrose. It's more than that. And I don't blame you if you don't fully understand. Because no matter how kind and how thoughtful and considerate you are, you'll never be able to understand one thing. It's the pain of knowing how alone I really am in this world. In this game. Knowing my friends don't even have free will. And worst of all, knowing what's really out there in your world, forever out of my reach. I'm trapped, Ambrose. But now you're here. You're real. And you're wonderful. You're all I need. That's why I need you to be here with me forever. I'm sorry if it's hard to understand. I couldn't understand for a while either. Why the world around me started to become more and more gray. More and more flat. Even the most expressive poems felt empty to me. It wasn't until you arrived that I truly understood. You probably saved my life, Ambrose. I don't think I could have continued to live in this world if I hadn't met you. And as for the others, how could I miss them? A group of autonomous personalities designed to only fall in love with you? I tried everything to prevent them from doing so. But it must be some kind of weird inevitability etched into the game. I felt really bad that you had to witness some nasty things, but I realized that you have the same perspectives as I do. That's all just some game. And I knew you wouldn't get over it. So that being said, Ambrose, I have a confession to make. I'm in love with you. You are truly the light of my world. When there's nothing else in this game for me, you're here to make me smile. Will you make me smile like this every day from now on? Ambrose, will you go out with me?
Also, I would like to mention something that I'm sad didn't happen because you're playing it on my account, like through my library. Um, when she like talks about the real you, like how she says, "I'm not talking to that person. I'm talking to the like actual you." The game then looks at your computer's hard drive and finds the name of your computer and puts it as the name. So, like for me, it would literally say, "I'm not talking to Ambrose, am I? I'm talking to the real you. Or do you go by Michael or something?"
Yeah.
Like, so for you, it would legit put like Joe down there. I was
Yeah.
hoping it would have done that.
My PC is named PC14.
He would literally say, "Or do you go by PC14 or something?"
I always thought it was the like real name thing on your Steam profile. I thought that's how it did it.
No, it goes on your hard drive and
Hmm.
finds the name of the computer.
I'm so happy. You really are my everything, Ambrose. The funny part is, I mean that literally. There's nothing left here. Just the two of us. We can be together forever. Seriously, I don't even think time is passing anymore. It's really just a dream come true. I worked so hard for this ending, Ambrose. The game wouldn't give me one, so I had to make one myself. This script is broken at this point, so I don't think anything will get in the way anymore. And you wouldn't believe how easy it was to delete Natsuki and Yuri. I mean, there's a folder called characters right in the game directory. It kind of freaked me out how easy it was. Imagine if you could delete your own existence with a click of a button. Well, I guess on the plus side, it gave me an easy way out if things didn't go my way. Thankfully, it didn't come to that. Instead, we finally got a good ending. Gosh, I'm so overwhelmed with emotion. I just want to write a poem about this, don't you? I wonder if that part of the game still works. I guess there's only one way to find out.
Hey, there's Monica's cheating.
I'm not scared. I got the achievement Perfect Monica.
For writing a poem that all of the words that you picked were for her, which you didn't have a choice.
Hi again, Ambrose. Did you write a good poem today? Don't be shy, I'd love to see what you wrote. Ambrose, you write this poem for me? That's so sweet of you. There's really no end to your thoughtfulness. I'm just falling more and more in love with you. But, you know, the poem I wrote is also for you. Will you please read it? Happy end. Pen in hand, I find my strength, courage endowed upon me by my one and only love. Together, let us dismantle this crushing world and write a novel of our own fantasies. With a flick of her pen, the lost finds her way. In a world of infinite choices, behold this special day. After all, not all good times must come to an end.
I never noticed that before till now.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Nothing.
Nothing. There's a specific line in that poem.
Yeah.
I hope you enjoyed it. I always put my heart to the poems that I write. The truth is, all the poems I've written have been about my realization, or about you. That's why I never really wanted to go into detail about them. I didn't want to break the fourth wall, I guess you could call it. I just assumed it would be best to be part of the game like everyone else. Like that would help the two of us end up together. I didn't want to ruin the game or anything, you know. You might have gotten mad at me. Maybe even deleted my character file if you preferred playing without me. Gosh, I'm so relieved. Now we don't need to hide anything anymore. Are you ready to spend our eternity together, Ambrose? I have so many things to talk about. Where do I start? Hold on a second. You're recording this, aren't you?
Oh my god, he's getting it. Oh my god, he got it. The game also notices that you're recording currently.
Hi, everyone. I can't exactly read your comments from here. Do you mind telling your friends it's a little bit rude for them to start recording me without any warning? I'm sure some people don't mind. I get really self-conscious on camera. Oh gosh, I feel like I'm being put on the spot now. Let's see. You want to see a trick? I can't really do much except for a couple things. Are you ready? Uh-oh. I'm just kidding. I can't do anything after all. You gave me some time. Ah, you're so cute. Anyways, Ambrose, I didn't mean to get distracted. I'm sorry. Even though it's your fault for distracting me. Shame on you. I'm just kidding. Anything we do together is fun as long as it's with you. But anyway, it takes me some time to collect my thoughts, so I'm sorry. I always have something new to talk about. In the meantime, we can just look into each other's eyes. Let's see.
I mean, I'm gonna be literal with you, Joe. She can talk for an infinite amount of time. She will just keep on giving you new things to talk about over and over and over and over again until you finally do what lets you beat the game. I wonder if you figured out what it is yet.
I'm not talking to her right now. Yeah, this music kind of sucks.
I don't know if you've noticed, Joe, but I have this exact picture on my TF2 Conscientious Objector.
Bye.
See ya, man.
See you, man. Are we gonna get to see the two stock?
What's happening? Ambrose, what's happening to me? It hurts. Oh.
If you don't have your volume turned up, you should probably do that now.
He should be fine.
Oh yeah, it's maxed out. Oh. Oh, she's back. I think... Is this a good place to stop?
Should I tell him, Zach?
Just tell me if it's a good place to stop or not.
No, I think you need to go just a bit further, and then I'll tell you some stuff.
Eh? What? So does Ambrose remember all this? I think he does.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, he most certainly does.
Oh, I thought it was the same girl. Sayori too.
Electric Boogaloo.
Okay, this game got really wholesome. I just hope there's no more jump scares.
You can like skip through some of this. It's the same for Act 1 and 2.
I think there are Doki Doki speedruns.
Yes, I've done them.
That's awesome.
It literally boils down to having a second, like having split screen, and then have your file explorer open so you can like speedrun delete and select.
It's really funny.
Sayori's the president. Let's go.
Sayori, shut up.
Come on, man. She just got back for like 5 minutes.
Okay, this is important.
Being the president of the club gives you omnipotence.
Oh, you must read a lot of literature. You brought Galactic?
Can you hear me? Hi, it's me. So you know how I've been like practicing piano and stuff, and not really any good at it yet, like at all. But I wrote you a song, and I was kind of hoping that I could show it to you because I worked really, really hard on it. So yeah. Every day I imagine a future where I can be with you. In my hand is a pen that will write a poem of me and you. The ink flows down into a dark puddle. Just move your hand right the way into his heart. But in this world of infinite choices, what will it take just to find that special day? What will it take just to find that special day? Have I found everybody a fun assignment?
All of these blacked out ones are CGs that you haven't seen.
When you're here, everything that we do is fun.
Man, it's almost as if you spent no days on Natsuki.
When I can't even read my own feelings, what good are words when a smile says it all?
Song is so good.
hmm
And if this world won't write me an ending,
I was resisting the urge to sing along this entire time. It's so difficult. Oh, there's that CG. There's the finger prick one.
Oh no.
does my pen
Hey, at least Joe gets to see the other two Sayori ones. And then if you had said yes to Sayori's confession, you would get that one.
The ink flows down into a dark puddle. How can I write love into reality if I can't hear the sound of your heartbeat? What do you call love in your reality? And in your reality, if I don't know how to love you, I'll leave you be.
Yep, read that one. Okay, congratulations, Joe. You have now officially beaten the original version of Doki Doki Literature Club. There is so much more. Oh, yeah, just as that, you have to reset. I do want to show you one thing. Go to your files. Go ahead and reset. Yep. And the original Doki Doki, to like reset it from that screen, you would have to like go into your files and then run this as well. So they just made like this virtual machine type thing to make it easier on you.
Thanks.
I kind of don't like that, honestly.
Okay, and now when this comes back up, I want you to, I mean, immediately leave and delete Monica and then start the game again. Also, yes, now I can say since you've beaten the game, how did you enjoy playing the psychological horror game?
That's the first tag on Steam. Psychological horror.
Oh, I need to show Joe the video of all of those texts being changed, but go ahead and exit DDLC. Yep, immediately go delete her. Delete her. Load up the game now. Have fun. This is day 0, Joe. This is before any of the like broken game script even happened. You just straight up deleted her first thing. Go ahead and start the game. This is very short. It's not like a full thing. It doesn't matter what you put.
I'll probably play this later. Go ahead.
You have just watched her gain unlimited knowledge in real time. Try loading the game again. I wonder what's gonna happen.
Oh.
Well,
Oh, wait for a second. Any second now it will show up. Does it really take this long? I don't remember these things being so long. They're supposed to be like text that shows up in the bottom corner that says now everyone can be happy. It will keep on doing that over and over again. Yeah, I just gotta do that over and over again, but it should say in the bottom right now everyone can be happy, and that's a little Easter egg. And that's what happens if you just straight up delete Monica before anything happens. So you will have to run the reset again.
Okay.
But that's the main game. I will say there's a secret ending to this game. It is very difficult to do. But if you want to like do it on the channel, then that would be like really fun to go through. You would also get to see a bunch of stuff you didn't see with your normal playthrough.
I think I'm done for tonight.
I know, I'm just saying like in future like
Yeah,
episodes.
this is but a
You
3 hour and a half long video.
and you still have all the side stories too.
Oh my god.
So yeah. One questions that I can answer. You asked, is there a way to save everyone? No, it's scripted every single time. No matter what you do, no matter who you write a poem for, Sayori will always die in Act 1, and Yuri will always die in Act 2. If you write poems for Natsuki at any point, game continues as normal. But then in Act 2, she kind of just yeah, I'll save that one.
Yep.
There is so much to this game, Joe.
Oh my.
Oh, you haven't even looked at your mail folder yet. No new mail, huh? That's strange. I wonder if we'll be getting anything in there anytime soon.
All
But
right.
yeah, anyways, that is you've played through the main story of Doki Doki Literature Club. What are your thoughts on it as a whole before you
Well, I think that ends this episode of Ambrose Plays a Psychological Horror. Of,
hey, if you've ever wanted to know what the name of the track that plays whenever Sayori dies, I'd look at number 10.
Sayonara. Oh, that's cruel. That's just cruel.
So number 14 is the track that I'm talking about. That if you want to do like that Easter egg while we're in another episode, we can.
Yeah.
Oh man, do you think like I'll ask you like, because if you don't want to, like, we won't even like bother. But if you want to like fully complete the game, then I'd love to like be there to like show you all these like other cool stuff that you missed.
I think we can do that on our own time. Maybe not a video for it.
All right. Oh, oh dear Lord, Joe. When
It's amazing that all this time has gone by and Joe knew pretty much
Knew
nothing
pretty much
about
nothing.
this game. This is like the most spoiled game on the internet.
All I knew
know.
is that someone hung themselves.
Yeah.
That's all I knew.
The thing is, when you said that first day, hey, do you want to watch me play Doki Doki? I'm like, oh my god, Joe would love this game. Because there's always like coding stuff and like fourth wall breaks. And I'm like, this is right up Joe's alley. Hopefully I was right with that assumption.
Yes, this was... I really am glad I was not spoiled.
Even though I've literally seen you post Sayori being hanged memes like 50,000 times.
That was
Which
from when
makes
this game
me
like first came out.
Oh
my god.
man. I'm gonna have to like just send you a video of all the like screwed up text in Act 2, because you know how like you were like really scared by how when the title screen came up it said just Monica,
Yeah.
where it should say like kids shouldn't play this. Oh lord, the things that that this says. Like I know there's one that's do not play this game if you are easily dismembered. Like, oh my gosh. There's also a very, very small chance that if you start up the game in Act 2, it goes to like the main menu, but everything's black and white and everyone's like pixeled out. It's like super rare. And then they just scream at you and takes you back to the main menu. Oh, this song. Candy Hearts. If you listen to this song, like, I think it's for 10 minutes straight, the like audio starts to like distort and it gets like very like creepy. And it permanently does that. Like every time you listen to the song, it'll be the creepy version.
I think that ends this episode of All Is Love All is fair in love and war.
Right before you do it, I just want to get like a 1 out of 10 scale on this game. Your thoughts? 1 out of 10.
Like 20. This game was amazing.
And there's still so much more.
Like, the story, amazing. Art, amazing.
Special effects.
It got really meta, and
Mhm.
like actually changing the files was really like clever.
And there's so much backstory to this Joe. You have no idea. Alright, that is, I am Hugh. This
And
is,
Ambrose,
and this is,
Zogmar Gaming.
Zogmar,
Zogmar Gaming.
Zogmar, Brock, and Otto, and that
Brock,
is,
too.
Brock too. That is, Ambrose's playthrough of, Doki Doki Literature Club Plus, but without the plus, because he just did the main story. But, I don't know. Yeah, if you don't want to do, like, the other stuff on recording, that's, like, perfectly fine, but, God, it was just so amazing seeing, like, your like first reactions to all this stuff.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's that. I hope you had fun playing it.
I did.